All right. This is a Rusha from Push, a Curetripping documentary. And we are driving from Dallas to Austin. Ian and Steph are in deep conversation. About salt?
We just changed from sexual assault to salt.
Oh, okay, cool.
So.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
This is beautiful Texas.
Also known as Tejas.
And here's Carl.
Hello. How's it going?
How are you feeling this morning, Carl?
I feel a bit better than the night before. I did get a bit more sleep, but I missed out on seeing more people that I wanted to see. So it's just like a trade-off. But tonight is just going to be the full blowout. You know, it's going to be a late night, seeing everyone or as many people as possible.
Because there's a after party.
Maybe an after party. So what I got to do is I want to see everyone and I want to meet people that I haven't met before. But I got to coordinate with the family and see who's going to be where. Because I'm getting ready to leave the country. Who knows when I'm going to see everyone again. So I'm essentially going to the moon for a little bit.
God damn it.
God damn it, indeed.
So let's...
How come nobody's watching?
I know, right? Oh, there's Nico. Nico's watching from Nico.
Hey.
Where are you, in Belgium? I'm forgetting.
Nico, where are you from? Belgium.
It's also hey Jen.
Hey Jen,
who was in Dallas, and we totally did not see her.
I actually did. We
did?
got a very nice photo, and then we were like, let's hang out later, and then went back to the hotel, and I fell asleep.
Right. So some nice people from Austin. Some nice people from Austin came up to me while I was trying to film, and I probably looked like I was completely annoyed or in outer space or something. And those people are obviously not watching this, but when I'm filming, I'm completely distracted.
She's in the zone.
I also have a brain injury.
Yes, she got hit by a car, got thrown into the air, and landed on her head.
So sometimes I'm unable to parse out. Like we just went to the Waffle House, the four of us.
And there were no fights.
There were no fights,
like on the news.
But Stephanie and I were having a conversation. Stephanie is in front, you can't see her right now. And then Ian and Carl started having a conversation, and I could no longer hear Stephanie because of my brain injury, because my brain cannot parse out the information.
Was it like a radio between channels?
It's like being deaf. It's like all of a sudden you cannot it's just noise. It's really bizarre. But Carl, you were in the third row last night. What did you think?
Oh, it was great. It was great. There was a little bit of anxiety about if the tickets were legit, but they turned out to be. And it was an interesting experience getting into the venue because, with the lack of transferability of tickets, with four of us and buying tickets from strangers, it was like, well, what if someone has to go to use the restroom? What do we, the tickets are on one phone. Well, I've been to places where they don't allow screenshots, but the tickets did not have barcodes, and we just made screenshots and sent them to each other. So getting in and out was really easy. It was row A, but there's actually a row 1 and 2, so this was effectively the third row. And at first I was just like, oh, well, I guess third row's okay. I mean, I was excited about it. But the stage there is actually very high. So if you're short and you're in rows 1 and 2, third row and further back might actually be a better view.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The stage was very high. The stage was like Meriwether Pavilion. If you're on the rail, the stage is maybe like chest level, or
right.
My shoulders, collarbone, and you got a great view of the band. But yeah, that was interesting. But the sound seemed pretty good.
there was a little mishap during End.
Oh yeah, I gotta rewatch the video. We got to see. You know, it's hard to sing along when they start singing at different times, or they stop singing, or they change the lyrics.
It was like a primary the other night, but I have to say that like, well, I've seen 3 shows. I kind of feel like the sound. Wait, Ian, what did you think of the sound last night compared to Houston?
I thought, like, venue-wise, it sounded significantly better.
I wonder because
there was a lot of kind of mud in the Houston place, which I think happens in hockey, basketball arenas.
Because it's an enclosed place.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought actually they sounded better. I did notice. I felt that during at least the first half of Disintegration, I feel like there was something wrong with Reeves' guitar. It sounded very tinny, but by midway through the song, the sound guy had fixed it. There were a few times where, like, I heard like notes mesh where I think someone was hitting the wrong chord. One of them was either Robert or Roger. I don't remember what song it was. And like even Simon looked over it.
It's because Simon.
Because he noticed the wrong note.
But I'm telling our audience. So Ian's in the process of listening to every single bootleg of The Cure, starting from Ian. We got to see your pretty face.
Oh.
So he started in the pandemic at show 1. And what year are you in now?
So I'm at like the last 2 shows of 2014 now.
So Ian told
basically the top anniversary shows.
Ian told me that like Simon is the one that like never ever makes a mistake.
I've heard a few.
Well, I know,
but yeah, I think him and Jason. I think overall, and maybe actually Andy Anderson. Also, I heard very few mistakes with them. But Simon it's kind of ridiculous sometimes.
How good he is?
Yeah, well, I'll listen to like 25 shows in a row, and there'll be like 18 screw-ups during those shows, and 0 of them were him.
Well, I mean, and it's, and if anyone has listened to me, we're not criticizing The Cure. I mean, we all make mistakes. It's just, we're just having a conversation that doesn't involve like, The Cure is great, The Cure is great, The Cure is great, The Cure is great, The Cure is great. Because they are great.
Let me out of the car. Let me out.
Yeah, I think actually the last, in defense of them, the last show that I played with my band, the last song we played was a Cure cover. And I had written that we were playing All Cats Are Grey on the set list, and my guitarist had written down that we were going to do M, I believe. So a little click track starts, and the 2 of us started playing 2 completely different songs.
Click tracks.
Yeah, right? So I'm hearing that we have a bad connection now, and I'm seeing, now the bars are back. So yeah, Ian and I were in section 100, row W, which wasn't amazing, it wasn't terrible, it was just right. And there were some really good looking people in Dallas wearing some crazy shit. That was part of my fun. Carl is distracted because he's looking at fun.
Yeah, Twilight said if anyone, so they want to send someone. Let me get this on here real quick. Sorry, everyone. But as you can see, it's like you gotta see if people not moving around, and they're just like rocking out. And I saw it, so I had to capture that. So
I'm moving my phone because I'm trying to find the bars.
Yeah. Okay, so if you happen to know who they are, let the Twilight Sad know, because I guess they want to send them something because it was so energizing seeing someone like that just rocking out. So yeah, but it was kind of cool just to see, I mean, there were some bobbing heads, but this person was stood up, dancing, rocking out, and looking a lot like this one right here.
I do rock out.
I got videos of you dancing at the Houston the first night.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You do a lot of these arm things and a lot of, these thrustings and
Or run in place.
Yeah, gyration. Yeah.
Oh, somebody says, what about Pearl, Lowell as performers, Ian? I mean, we all love so Ian is I just want to say, Ian loves The Cure. He's not bad-mouthing anybody.
Yeah, no, I don't. Lowell, I think, drum-wise, I think Lowell was, I mean, there would be the mistakes, like, instead of hitting the snare twice on the third time during other voices, you do it on the second time, or minor things like that, but overall, he was fine. Pearl, I think, I hate bad-mouthing people. So when he was in the band from 83, 84 onwards, like up through the beginning of Wish, I didn't hear, I don't feel like he made that many mistakes. She, not they, sorry. But after, from the 4 tour, it's hard to tell with bootlegs because you're also dealing with sound slapping back or the person next to the microphone talking about how they want to go get a beer or why can't they play Pictures of You again.
So I'm moving my phone around because I'm trying to chasing bars. So anyway, continue.
So sometimes I feel like his guitars were just a little too overpowering in some of the songs. There were sometimes I wish that he would just mellow out a little bit.